As the title suggests, I never thought I would make this video. At least not so soon. I think you'll see why in a second. I have a speculation as to what a lot of you guys are probably thinking that I'm gonna say. Um, Maybe, but I think because a lot of the time when YouTubers make videos like this, where it's just no cuts, no music, no anything really except them and the camera just talking, it's gonna be like like a more serious video, like on like a serious topic. And this video kind of is like semi-serious, but you'll understand why in a second. Um, and so I just want to say right now, I'm not quitting YouTube. Yeah, that's what I thought a lot of you guys would be thinking, but no, I'm not. Um, I understand if you guys would think that based on how I've been a lot less active recently on YouTube in general. I mean, like the most frequent thing I'm doing, and pretty much the only thing I'm doing nowadays, is uploading NCS content, whether it's actual rankings, shorts, or collabs with on Cloud9. And speaking of, I might do a collab with Milo soon. Um, we're still deciding on what artist we will do. We might do Fandom Sage since I was wanting to do that. Depends on if I want to do reasonings for it or not. And yeah, sometimes I don't really have that much motivation to do um, reasonings for them as well. So sometimes collabs are easier, but I know that is kind of something about like my ranking style that people really adore. So as much as possible for you guys, I'm going to try to stay true to that. All right. Um, but of course, I will also prioritize my own needs as well, and my own mental health. Um, and part of that is also like trying to spend a little more time away from YouTube, sort of like what I was saying in my birthday releases video, um, and just do stuff that is ultimately more important to my physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual health. Um, I might talk more about that later, maybe not, but we'll see. And life in general has just been quite hard recently, especially today. Technically yesterday because I'm scheduling this video for tomorrow. As of when I'm recording this, I'm scheduling it for the day after I record it. There is a reason for it, but I'm not gonna say what it is. Um, Actually, until the very end of the video. So stay tuned until like the last 2 seconds. Um, but yeah, I just did not have a good day. I'm not going to share any of the details because I don't believe that kind of stuff is, stuff that's just to be shared on the internet like this um, for just anyone to come and watch. I know some people make videos explaining, their life situations sometimes, and maybe in the future, if I want to like achieve a specific purpose through it, um, maybe I will. But in this situation, I don't think it's something that I should really be sharing. So that's that. Also, I feel a tiny bit sick, but don't tell my parents. Um, so let me get into the actual intended topic of this video. Um, and I, honestly, I'm a little scared to say this because I feel like I'm going to be faced with a lot of not backlash necessarily, but just a lot of shock reaction from especially the NCS community and those of you that are part of the NCS community, um, because this is kind of something that's formed like my identity um, as an NCS ranker, not as a child of God, of course, but I have a new favorite NCS song. That's right, guys. Foria Breakaway, or Breakaway by Foria, whatever. Um, with like in the title, they always have artist name dash song name, so I just kind of read it like that. But yeah, that's no longer my favorite NCS song, and that's why I said I didn't think this would happen so soon because it's been my favorite NCS song for probably I would say a year and like half a month. Um, and I definitely thought it would last longer. I mean, to be fair, that's about how long The Right Time by Youth in Circles, Lithium, Say We Can Fly remained Koga's favorite NCS song. And when Need You Again dropped, he made the reaction. I was in the premiere for that, by the way. And at the end, he just was like, "The right time has been beaten." I was just filled with like such shock, and I'm sure that's what you guys are feeling as well. Um, and it lasted around the same time. Um, but yeah, because it happened when each respective song was released. I think The Right Time released on June 6th, 2024, and then Need You Again released June 24th, 2025. So yeah, it's about a month and a half, a little more actually. Anyway, the song that has replaced Breakaway as my new favorite on the label is, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right, by the way, too, Capoeira Funk by Hixties and Dynamis. And I'm sure that was also really unexpected too, especially since it's like a really it's a relatively hated song in the community. I've yet to see anyone like that likes it to pretty much any degree. I mean, except for commenters, but rankers, I've never seen any like positive scores or feedback or anything on that song like at all, and I'm a little sad about that. But of course, I respect all of y'all's opinions, um, and don't let this video taint like your own perception of the song either, because you have the right to whatever opinion you want. Of course, community is kind of built around that. So yeah, and so let me explain why as well. Capoeira Funk is my new favorite NCS song. Usually, I despise those kind of songs like pretty much everyone. I think pretty much everyone is against the funk whatever spam of NCS. However, this song is different for me. This song doesn't fall into any of the pitfalls. um and what I mean, one of them, I guess, is like the short length, but in my opinion, I actually think this song needed it, because it actually made all that it did so much more impressive, if that makes sense. Um, starting with like like as soon as the song starts, you get this really dramatic build up, um, with these vocals being it's typical funk vocals, and usually I don't like those either. But man, those are just done like so excellently. That there's just nothing, and like with everything with this song too, there's just nothing that I've heard that compares to any of it. I mean, I will say it's probably not the most emotional song I've heard. Breakaway definitely still holds that title. However, in every other area, Capoeira Funk clears it. As crazy and as much as I don't want to believe it, and I'm sure you guys don't either. I mean, it is Breakaway is still Epic Cows and Go Ball Rise and probably some other people's favorite NCS song, but not mine anymore. And oh yeah, it is still my second favorite though. Back to Capoeira Funk. Um, yeah, the build up is just immaculate. Just the way, um, like the atmospheres, um, of like the distant melody. I mean that's even more prominent in the second drop, but it leads perfectly into the first drop, which comes really early again. But that again highlights how talented these two are for just making all this work the way it did. Um, Truly left a mark on me, um, forever and for much longer too than any other song I've ever heard. Even Breakaway, of course, because now it's my favorite NCS song. But anyway, enough glaze. The first drop has like extreme distortion, like maybe like I think that's the most distorted bass that I've ever heard, and it's just done like the most masterfully, flawlessly, seamlessly, whatever adjective you want to use, I would use to describe that. It is just the most insane sound that has ever entered my ears. If I could listen to that on repeat, like for eternity, I would. It's just that perfect, man. Like you guys actually do not understand. Um, and oh, also I forgot to mention, I'll leave the song link in the description. I'm not really gonna play it in this video, but yeah, you can check it out in the description. I'm also gonna leave it up there in an info card. Oh wait, is it gonna reverse the? is it going to reverse the screen? Okay, then if it reverses the screen, it's actually going to be there. But if not, I'll do it according to the previous point that I did. um, anyway, yeah, just everything flows into each other so nicely too, as well as the second build up, which is mostly the same. Um, People might say that's repetitive, but I do not care. It is so epic. Um, just, just the sound of everything. You know, the chord progression, and on top of like the lyricism, or vocals or whatever you want to call it. Um, yeah, and just it leads up to an even greater second drop as well, which has like a really smooth um, beat, um, really like steady and groovy as well, mixed in with really atmospheric melodies and synth chords. I guess just all the accompaniment is just absolutely amazing. I cannot even believe my ears when I hear that. Um, it's just a truly one of a kind song. Oh, and I can't forget the outro. Dude, the outro might even be the best part of the entire song, because after all that I've just explained, um, and the fact that these two were able to do that in just 1 minute and 33 seconds, actually less because it still needs time for the outro, you then have the most excellent wind down with just the chords lingering, and um, I have heard other songs that do similar things, but I can't even put it into words. I mean, that just does it in a way that is like no other, similarly to just every other quality of this song. So, if it isn't clear already, I would definitely recommend checking it out, because, once again, it is my favorite NCS song now, and perhaps my favorite song of all time, just in EDM in general, because I think that's what Breakaway was, um, for me before I, started, before I discovered this song and how just unbelievable it truly is. And I honestly am so mad at myself for not listening to it earlier. So yeah, guys, those are my thoughts on Capoeira Funk and funk. Well, it sounded like I said funk, but I tried to say funk. It's close enough. All right. Um, but yep, that is why it is my new favorite NCS song now. And I hope y'all agree. But again, if you don't, that's your opinion, and that's completely okay. You're entitled to whatever your opinion is. All right. So I hope you all have a great, fantastic, awesome, inexplicable day. Um, and if you're new to my channel and you enjoy this kind of content, I mean, this isn't my usual content anyway, but if you want to see more of what I do, like my NCS rankings, potentially like my Polar Trek records, or just anything I do on my channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for if I do upload an NCS song ranking soon. But again, there's no promises for that because of all the stuff that I mentioned earlier that I don't need to say again. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and happy April Fools!